everyone, and welcome to the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a university student from Belgium. I love to knit and crochet while I'm not studying and sometimes when I'm studying. So hi, welcome back. If you're a first-time viewer and you like it, maybe subscribe, then you know when I put out a new episode. Today we are Friday the 13th of January, so Happy New Year. Normally I record on a Monday or on a Tuesday, but I had an exam this morning, so I studied the whole week, and then now I'm relaxing a bit and recording a podcast, and then I'll be editing it later this afternoon, um, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. So Happy New Year! This is episode 20. I probably forgot to say that. So yes, I'm already at episode 20. I didn't know if I would get there, but I am there. I'll do a little recap of my knitting here at the end of the podcast, because I was thinking about filming a 2020 review wrap up or something of all the knits I made, but I made a lot of socks, so I have just a couple of garments, a couple more than just a couple, like 15 maybe to show, but I just didn't feel up to it because like half of them are here and half of them are at home, and like now I'm here for a couple of weeks and then I'll go home, so no, I could probably only upload it in February, and I thought it would be too late and a lot of editing. So yes, I'll try to do maybe next year in segments or something, as relaxing during study breaks or something. Yeah, not this year, but just a little recap at the end. Then let me get started. I have just one finished subject and a couple of works in progress to show you and a lot of plans. My first finished object is, and I'm showing you the back, the staple linen top by Jorge Locatelli. This is made in the size 2XL. I used a 100% linen yarn that I held 4 strands together to get the right gauge. I used 3.5mm needles for the whole body and 3mm needles for the ribbing, and I think I was about here somewhere that I need to do 10 more centimeters or something when I showed you last. But this was my last whip of the year, and I really went nuts for it because this was my only whip at the moment when I was filming 2 weeks ago, and I really just wanted to finish it and be done with it because I really love it. But maybe you know, maybe you don't, but linen is pretty rough to start beginning knitting with, but it gets softer, and as you can see it has a lovely drape. So yes, also maybe to show you, I try to block it out, but it has I don't know how I can show you best, maybe this way. As you can see, the panel has a slight curve to it, but on you just, it's mostly at the bottom, so you don't really see it, and at the back it's the same. So at the back it's a bigger twisted rib panel. So yeah, that's that. It just it just wants to curve, so I let it, and it doesn't feel weird. Also, I'm used to knitting curling so much, and this curls, but just a little bit, and obviously around the neckline, because that is just the edging. And also if you look, the edging is not completely straight, but once you're wearing it, it looks fine. It will probably relax a bit more with some wear and some more washing. So yes, I have, the ends are woven in, I just have to cut them. And that was one of my hairs. So yes, I washed and blocked this, and it's just not really the weather to wear this, but this one has been an idea for a long time, and then I got the yarn in September of 2021. So it took almost a year of having the yarn, and I swatched really early on once I had the yarn to then make the project. So yes, I'm really happy with it. For the yarn, it's a 100% linen, I told you. Let me just make sure. So it's Superlin Baptist a single in color 4052. I don't know if this is still available or not. This is by Bart and Francis, a store here in Belgium in Kortrijk, and I bought it like 2 cones. So yeah. Also, I don't like, I think it was a lace weight, but I don't really know because it was just like both cones were about 130 grams, and the only thing noted else on them was what was it? Really was it was more, so plus 1,500 meters, so 1,500 meters. So it was just more than that. So I just estimated or like made a choice that okay, this weighs 130 grams one cone. I'll say that that is 1,500 meters. So yeah, it it probably isn't the exact yardage, but I just went with that, and I'll tell you later on why. Then of course when I finished that, it was ready to like, I think it was the 29th of December, so it was like I didn't really have a New Year's cast on plan, but I was like, yes, the New Year is there, what I'm gonna cast on. Obviously, I told you. So I cast it on my Christmas socks. I know Christmas is over, but yes, I really like this yarn, and I bought it just a couple on the day before Christmas Eve. So it seems fitting to start it now. So you haven't seen these, and I just started the heel on this one. So all the increases for the gusset are done, and this is it. This yarn is Lana Grossa Malin weight Christmas cashmere, so it has 5% cashmere, I think. Let me search for the tag. And the ball, yeah, I balled it up just by hand, so it's a bit falling apart. Yes, 70% wool, 25% polyamide, and 5% cashmere. But only those 5% make these really soft, and I just want a pair of Christmas socks. So it is like a variegated green, and then two, I don't know, can you really see the difference? Like these two stripes, this is a more like brighter red, and this is a more moody red. So yeah, just simple toe up socks using 2.5 millimeter needles, 56 stitches, and I do 3 extra gusset stitches just to have a little bit more room around my instep. Let me try to put the yarn ball back without it falling out. So I only have 50 grams, and I know that's more than enough for shorty socks. So I will just be knitting until like I have 2 or 3 grams left, and then just bind off. And then my biggest whip that I have been working on for the last 2 weeks. Yes, exactly 2 weeks. Almost. I started it on Thursday the 29th. We were Friday, so yesterday it was 2 weeks, and that is my favorite adventurer by Dragonhoard Designs. So by Tristan from Dragonhoard Yarns. She designed this, and it has a finished body, and I finished the sleeve just a couple of minutes ago. So yes, this is such an addicting knit. So you just cast on, so this little stitch marker marks the back, and then here you have a couple of short rows, and then you go into this it's like a 1x1 color work, and it's reversed on the body and on the sleeves. Like as you can see, you have the same yarns, but here the contrast color is your mini, and here your contrast color is this light gray. So yeah, I'm very happy with this one. Like I tried it on a couple of times, and then I was not sure, and then when I finished the sleeve I tried it on again, and like I bound off, but I didn't like, I was just at the end of my second skein of 100 grams of this gray, like of the main color, and I didn't want to tie in the new one to have a very stretchy bind off, so I just bound off like passing one over, but I used a 5mm needle, I think, and the rib was knit on 3.5. So yeah, that was a really bigger one. So it is stretchy, but like your fabric stretches much more than this will. But like I tried it on, and like I was wearing leggings, and it was maybe not that bad now, because I had an exam this morning. I needed to be a bit presentable. I put on some jeans, and so yes, I tried this on, and it is perfect. I'm making the third size. Normally for my bust width, like I have around a bust of 107 to 110 centimeters, so I wanted about 5 to 7 centimeters of positive ease. So I went for a 140 centimeter bust, which would mean I should make the fifth size, but my gauge is 2 stitches larger. Like I have fewer stitches in 10 centimeters, so I needed to do fewer stitches. So I did the math to work out how many stitches I needed for my bust size, or like for like at this part after you split for the sleeves, how many stitches I needed here to get the fit that I wanted, and that was the third size. Oh my god. So yeah, I did just a little bit of math, and that's the third size. And because this is superwash yarn, and I have seen this in the swatch as well, it will grow, so that's the reason. Now it's very form-fitting, like almost too much to my liking, because if I'd known that it would be so much, I probably would have done a little bit, or a couple of hip increases to like accommodate for my hips. But I know it will stretch a bit, so I will just first block it and then see, and I can always go back and change some things if I want to. So this will probably be finished by this weekend. So yes, like in a short study break, I could almost like do one of these colors in the beginning, and then like as you can see, the black markers I was decreasing as well. So yes, the yarn I'm using, I'm gushing about it. Probably, as you can see, very happy with it. Very happy to start this during my study period, and then now that exams are there, it's like it will be a treat to be knitting on this for the rest of the day until my friend comes over. So yes. So the yarn I'm using is this gray, is a homespun house soft sock in silver, and then this the minis are from my wool shed advent from last year that I have shown you before. So I used 1 to 19. No, I have 19 colors in like the full body and only 18 in the sleeves, because it was long enough, and otherwise it would be too long, and I would probably, because I thought it would be, say, like this shirt is very form-fitting, also like around my wrist, and the thing is, it is the sleeve is very form-fitting, but like around here it comes closer. Why am I trying to tell you this? And since it's off the needle at the moment, because I only have to pick up these stitches and knit, I can just show you. Maybe that's even easier. Okay, glosses, and there we go. Let me try to, yeah. So let me maybe come a little bit closer. So yes, the neck is just a little bit. So let me stand up. So it comes pretty long, like say my belly button is here, so it comes like at the end of my hips, but it looks good. So yes, as you can see, very form-fitting, but I think this is one of the best knit fitting sweaters I have knitted ever. So I'm probably, because I always find that like my swatch doesn't lie, but like my gauge gets a little bit looser with washing for like a big piece, and you know, superwash yarn stretches out more, so I was really like, this almost has no ease, as you can see around my bust, so it will just have a little bit of positive ease, and then it can grow. So what I was trying to tell you, like I have a very fitting sleeve until here, so if I wanted this to fit better, I should have done more decreases, but I didn't want to do that because I was just, so I stopped my decreasing here because I found that a nice rate, and then I just decreased every fifth stitch, so every fourth and fifth stitch I knit together in the first round of the ribbing, and then just did 4 centimeters of rib. So as you can see, this is an almost perfect length. When it gets washed, it will probably be even better because I want this to be a little bit longer. But if I had done one more color stripe, it would have been like, say, until here, and that's too long. I want to like be able to tuck my fingers in, but not that it's in the way when I'm writing and stuff. Most of the time I even like push up my sleeves a little bit, so that gives a really nice effect with all these colors. So color 1 through 17, maybe let me take it off now again to show you. So color 1 through 17. Oops. So happy it's not on the needles at the moment to do this. Is until here. So these ones are very similar. And then this is color 24 and 23. So I took out 5 colors between those just because I knew it wouldn't be, otherwise it would be too long. I could have made a dress and I didn't want to do that. So I pondered about it and then I was like, nope, I want this as a sweater, not as a dress, because I think it's more versatile as a sweater, and maybe later on I can make it again and then just do some increases and keep going and make it as a dress, because I have more than enough yarn definitely to make it as a dress. And I just really wanted like this blue and this, it's like a coral, a more orangey coral color. This last one in I really wanted those in my sweater, so I chose to take out the other ones in between here were like other like lighter ones that speckled, and then they went into like a mint and a pink that then came into this color, and then yeah. So I chose to do that because it's my sweater and I want to be happy with it. So yes, I knitted this, I started on Tuesday with a pickup, and then I finished this morning, like earlier than this episode. So yes, 4 or 5 days it will be all. And definitely if I now have like more than just say study breaks and a longer break in midday, I'll definitely get further along. So next time this definitely will be finished. I am even pondering to like as you can see, like the ends are all sewn in except for the sleeve. Like all the ends you see are sewn in, but not cut because I like to wash them first. But I think maybe I could trim them, that they are very small, and then I could wear it to an exam maybe, just to have in a week. Like I have an exam on Monday, it won't be finished then, but maybe I can finish it Monday or Tuesday, and then I can wear it on Thursday to an exam, just because for good luck. And then yes, it will have to wait until I get home and have time to block it, but then I could wear it with the ends sewn in but not cut off. Then maybe for those interested, let me show you the inside. So here you can see my floats. So I am using a 4mm, and I really like the fabric it gets. It's sturdy but also a bit loose, like not too loose. So yes, and then I'm using a 3.5 for the ribbing. As you can see, the ends, I didn't sew them in by hand. I sewed them in while I was knitting. So at the end of a piece, I did the weaving Steven method. So just every stitch you do, you wrap around your yarn tail. And for the start of a new color, because it was easier to do it that way than to constantly have to, because you only are knitting about 10 rows with one color, so you're changing colors pretty frequently, and I didn't like it. And if you do the weaving Steven in the beginning with a new ball, you have to, you just twist it around, but then your small ball, so say I have my small ball and my big ball, and they will both be completely tangled up, and then every time you have to untangle it, and that just takes time away. So for what I did for that was I used like a color work method. I don't know, I've heard about it once, and that's the thing, like it is like you do color work, so you just knit one stitch and you take the yarn, like the new yarn, so the new color with it, and then the next stitch you just normal knit, and then the next stitch again you knit it together, but like the new yarn is just a strand at the back. So you have to do this for more stitches. So I do that for almost 20 stitches, where I would do the weaving seam for 10 stitches, just to make sure that it is really sewn in. So that is the way that I did it. So what I only have to weave in is the end yarn. That's all. Okay, I have been gushing a long time about the sweater, but that's okay, because it is a very nice one and I am very happy with it. Like definitely, because like the beginning is pretty pink and then it goes into this blue and then this more yellowy, but like seeing it on screen, like I have been seeing it like right at my face, because I have been knitting it so close, so it looks like, oh my god, it's all pink. But like if you look from it from afar, you see that these are a couple of pink stripes, but it is not like, whoa, that's a whole pink band. So yes, I'm very happy, and yeah, if I look like this, I'm excited to wear this sweater, and it seems like a perfect thing to just like say 3 weeks. It will be next week on Thursday, and I think it will be finished. So fingering weight sweater with color work, even if it's just like a simple 1x1 color work in 3 weeks. I am impressed by myself, I have to say. For those wanting to know, I'll be weighing every small ball of yarn. So I've weighed it before and I'll weigh it afterwards to know exactly how much yarn I used, and I will put that on my Ravelry page once it's finished, so you can see there. Okay, yes, that was just my roommate coming to say that she was going for lunch, so I'll just join her in a couple of minutes when I'm finished. So yes, I will be weighing everything and putting it on Ravelry if you're interested to know like how much you need. In the pattern there's a table with like an estimate of how much yarn you need, but I always find it handy to just put it on Ravelry as well. Okay, then like acquisitions, I have one thing. It was a Christmas gift. I got the Thiago's Twist Shorty set. So for the what is it, 3.5mm needles until size 5, so US 4 to US 8, the shorter and long ones, and these ones have been perfect for knitting on my sleeve. So these shorties, you have short needles and also short cables. So these ones are for hat knitting and sleeve knitting. So normally I do it by magic loop, but I have to say I'm a fan of this short needle. It was a bit of a struggle in the beginning just to find my rhythm with it, and so short needles for my knitting style, but it worked out almost perfectly. And then I have two future plans, two future plans. Yes, two future plans I want to share with you, because this sweater will probably be finished pretty soon, and my socks as well. I have another pair, another ball of the Christmas cashmere yarn, but I'm not sure if I want to start this now or maybe that's something for next year. But I have showed it to you before, the yarn and the idea and the pattern, but this will be what I cast on when I finish my sweater. And this is it, the Mosaic Knitting Cardigan by Irene Lynn. And maybe you can see, this is just a black and white picture, but this is normally different colors of grey, you could say, if we have a grey here. But I will be doing everything in just this dark blue navy, and then the mosaic bit will be in this yellow. So yeah, I showed you last time as well when I made a swatch, and I really like it. So this yarn is the Kremke Soul Wool Reborn Wool Recycled. No, yes, recycled. And then this is number 21 and this is number 7. So yes, I'm looking forward to it, because that's a decay weight cardigan, and it is like pretty simple until like you get to here. So I'll probably be flying through that as some simple knitting that I'm looking forward to as well after I finished my colorwork sweater. And then I have a pair of socks that I want to cast on after I finished my Christmas socks. And this is the yarn that I have. So it was a sock set from Homespun House in their soft sock base. So I have the 50 grams Borsum sugar on me, and then these 3 colors. So you have this pink is tulle skirt, matcha, and this yellow is marmalade. So yes, I will be knitting the Rhinebeck Roomies pattern by the Crazy Sock Lady. So yes, it's just a simple, I think it's a 4-row pattern repeat. So yeah, that's pretty simple knitting. So but that will be just to have a sock on the go as well. And probably I'll start just a vanilla sock as well to have vanilla knitting, because I think that's always easy to have. Okay, that is everything I wanted to share about my knitting. Then my year in review. I have a couple of notes that I want to show with you. So this is you could say like my knitting diary. Like in 2020 I started really like writing down everything for every pattern, but then I found it some notes, then I found it, yeah, I didn't have the time once I got to university. I also used another part of it as a reading journal that I draw, but also I had time in 2020 lockdown, and then I went to university and I didn't have time. But what I did have time for is this. For every pattern I made, I weighed the yarn and I calculated, or let Ravelry calculate how much meter that is. So for every pattern I have exactly how much grams and how much meters it took, and then I counted it all together. I summed it up. So in total in this year I have used 8 kilograms and 683 grams. So like more than 8.5 kilos of yarn. That's a lot. I find that very interesting. And I used 330,569.3 meters of yarn. Exactly 0.3, because Ravelry always just gives you like per yarn that's used the first decimal as well, but if in the total it doesn't. So for me I had to count that exactly and use that. So yes, like I can see here, like my tan line joggers use more than 1300 meters of yarn. So like I knitted more than 33 kilometers, 33.5 kilometers of yarn this year, which I found a lot, and I find that very interesting. Because like I can say like that cardigan took me 2 kilometers of yarn, or that pair of socks is just 200 meters of yarn. So yes, I will definitely be doing this as well next year. So that's the reason that I have been weighing all my yarn. So what I do is I weigh it before I start, and then after I'm done. So say it's a 1 color yarn or 1 color in the project, I just weigh the project. But if it's multiple colors, I just do some maths and work it out. In total, for all those grams and meters, I had 44 projects, which were 21 pairs of socks, which were 20 pairs for me and 1 pair for somebody else. I made 4 amigurumis, all for gifts. I made 2 shawls and a cowl. I made a pair of pants. I made 8 sweaters, which 2 of them were gift sweaters. I made 1 dress. I made 4 tops / shirts, so like the staple linen top or like a bralette, that's all those. I made 1 blanket swatch and 1 headband. So yes, it's very nice to look at it. I would love to show you all the things I made and model them again, but I just don't have the time to do this at the moment because of my studies. So I chose to tell you this and show you how happy with it I am. And the total number of things is a lot, and I don't like my aim is not to have more pairs of socks next year or have more meters or more grams in total. It's just to have an idea what I did. I also made made 9 last year, and I wrote that in here. I also called it the year of color work, which I think is pretty good because I've done a couple of color work sweaters and socks. But like from my make 9, I made 2 sweaters, and that was the Maya cardigan and the ship shape. And I have for 5 of the 7 that I haven't, 5 of the 7 projects on my make 9 that I haven't knitted, I have the yarn. So like my idea for this year is not a make 9, it's just trying to knit with what I have. I'll definitely be buying yarn, and it's not like that I'm counting how much stash comes in and goes out. It's just more a thing like, oh, I have wanted to make this sweater for like 2 or 3 years. For some of them I even have a swatch from 2 or 3 years ago, and I'm like, now is just the time to start it. So that's my plan. And definitely more sweaters. I have more than enough sweater, but still I want to make more. I also really want to make a couple of more short sleeves on, so I'm definitely thinking about just using the patterns that I have and just doing a short sleeve one in maybe like a cotton linen blend or a cotton wool linen blend. Like my dress I made, I also want to make a dress again this year. Like in my very first episode I told you, and I probably talked about it as well, I've made a rainbow dress in finger weight yarn, a lot of work, and I made an Aran weight dress, I think, the Winona dress this year. So yeah, maybe a dress a year. So we'll see, maybe it will be a very long one again in finger weight or a faster one in an what am I trying to say? In a shorter, in a heavier yarn. Oh my god. Okay. Then for the rest, these last weeks, well, it was Christmas and New Year's, so we celebrated that. So if you did celebrate that, I hope it was nice for you and you had a good time with friends and family. Like on New Year's Eve, we went to a friend's house and we just sat outside by a fire and just talked, eat things, drink things. It was very nice to see some friends from high school back. Some of them have partners now, so yeah, that's nice to see as well, to get to know other people. And and with a couple of them we did this last year as well, so hopefully this is a nice tradition for on New Year's Eve. And for the rest, I had my first exam today. I have 6 more exams to go in 3 weeks. So yeah, that's 2 exams a week from now on. It's always like on a Monday or a Tuesday, and then the other one is on a Thursday or on a Friday. So yes, it is pretty busy, but I'm trying to take relaxing time as well, go outside, talk with friends, all of that. So for the coming 2 weeks, it will just be me sitting here, like not here, but where the camera is standing on my desk, and just studying and revising and getting ready for the exams, and then sitting here and knitting on my sweaters, my socks, just to relax. Like as you saw, I have an agreement. I have this thing with one of my roommates, like we let each other know when we go eat, so we can see each other and talk to each other just for a short bit and all of that. So yes, I think that is everything that I wanted to talk to you about. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in a couple of times. I'm not sure, it probably will be in not 2 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks. I'm just looking at my timetable and looking like which one. Yes, probably in 2 weeks again. On Friday I have an exam in the morning as well, so maybe then I can just film again in the afternoon, like I'm doing at this moment, like early afternoon. Okay, I think that's everything. So if you enjoyed watching this and you would like to know how the sweater ends, what my other plans are, how much meters and grams I am knitting this year, please follow me. Everything will be linked down below. Let me know what you are been working on or what you're most excited for to work on these first weeks. And for the rest, maybe subscribe if you want to see this again.